In the previous part we had seen that an elf girl was running, and 2 bandits were chasing that elf girl. And Onola was now ready to fight those bandits. Now next, and Onola attacks those bandits with butterflies. And both the robbers are surrounded by butterflies. And both of them don't understand anything, and they say, "Butterflies? These trivial things can be used to attack too. There's so many of these bugs. I'm allergic to such things." And within a short time, all those butterflies absorb all the energy from the bodies of those 2 bandits. And both bandits fall to their knees on the ground, and they say, "My hair's all ruined. How can I meet other people like this? What kind of demonic art did you use? Turn us back right now." And Onola tells, "You brought this all on yourselves. You're still far from able to take on the elven race." And then 2 people come to that place, and they say, "This is the elven race's magic? How interesting." And this lady remains, "It's basically a rip-off of magic. It doesn't seem like anything much." And that lady's companion says, "It's not bad for the standards of the elven race. But compared to you, it's definitely nowhere close. This guy is, the Wild Bandits, Elite Bandits Mark, Telekinesis Grade A. And this lady is, the Wild Bandits, Elite Bandits Gina, Telekinesis Grade A." And Gina says, "Little girl, I have a good proposition for you. I'll spare your life if you lead me to the elven village. What do you say?" Onola gets angry after hearing his words, and she says, "I'm not little. You'll have to pay the price for looking down on the elf race's magic." But Gina says, "How weak. You can't use the same attack twice before your enemies." And using her power, she creates a whirlwind. And all the butterflies get trapped in that whirlwind. Then Gina says, "Strong magic is nothing if it doesn't touch anyone. Look closely, this is true magic. My whirlwind will wreck everything like a sharp blade. You'll lose all resistance in a blink of an eye." And Onola gets a little nervous seeing his technique, and she thinks, "I ran into such strong enemies upon my first time leaving the elven village. How unlucky! Must I really use that card?" And then someone comes to that place, and as soon as he comes, there is an explosion at that place. Seeing which Onola thinks, "What happened? The whirlwind dissipated. Did something fall?" And both Zhong Tian and Bai Qing have come to that place, and Zhong Tian says, "Is this the place?" So the Bai Qing says, "Yes, this is the place." And looking at Bai Qing Onola, she says, "The magic tool's aura is coming from her." And Onola is thinking, someone strange has shown up yet again. It seems today is riddled with unlucky things. And Zhong Tian's eyes start shining again, and very quickly Zhong Tian reaches Onola and asks her, "Young girl, you don't have much clothes covering your body, so where could you have hidden the tool?" But Onola does not understand Zhong Tian's words, and Zhong Tian starts staring at Onola's chest, and says to him, "Could it be hidden in here?" After this, Gina is speaking. "Did you see that? My whirlwind was dissipated." And Mark says, "Yeah. Not only that, we, the top 2 experts of the Wild Bandits, were completely ignored." And Mark makes his sword really big, and he says, "We must put on a show for him. I'll let him know what true power is." And Gina also activates her power, and she says, "That's right. People who dare look down on magic have no right to be on this earth." And both of them jump together to attack Zhong Tian. But Zhong Tian sees both of them, and says to them, "Are you bitches not done yet?" And both of them get scared after listening to Zhong Tian. And then Zhong Tian reaches both of them and slaps them very hard. And Zhong Tian says to both of them, "Do you not see me having a chat with this girl? Why are you so rude? How annoying!" And after receiving many slaps from Zhong Tian, both of them spin and fall on the ground. And they become unconscious, and Zhong Tian says to them, "Busybodies should just get lost. I'm a very busy man." And Onola says, "It's over?" The 2 of them were all very strong though. But the Bai Qing tells him, "Not yet. There's still the most important part." Then Zhong Tian says, "Centurion space. Strip everything from them, don't leave anything behind." And Zhong Tian takes all the clothes and weapons of those 2 bandits. And seeing this, Onola's cheeks turn red, and she thinks, is stripping them the most important part? He stripped the rest, and I'll be next. Then Zhongtian turns back, and his eyes are shining. And seeing this, Onola gets goosebumps, and she says, don't do anything funny. Don't strip me, I'm not very nice to look at. Please, please, please let me off. This is my first time leaving my village. I don't know anything. But Zhongtian says, I don't want to strip you. I'm an upright person. And Onola says, aren't you here to assault me? And after some time, Onola and Bai Qing are sitting on the ground, and Onola is telling the Bai Qing, Heavenly Ancestor Zong's magic tool? I don't have something like that on me. And the Bai Qing says, but I can sense its aura coming from you. I'm never wrong. And Zhongtian tells Onola, yeah. You could be hiding the tool on your body. And Bai Qing asks Onola, or aura, to try and recall. Did you eat anything strange? So Onola says, I haven't. But us leaves will drink magical spring water. And the Bai Qing asks, spring water? What's spring water? And Onola tells, that is our spring of life. According to the village elder, it's because of the essence of the spring water that we elves were born. As long as we drink from the spring of life, not only will it dispel dark spots, it will also prevent wrinkles. It whitens the skin and makes it soft and supple. It can even give one a heart of water and voluptuous breasts. When we are of age, we will also immerse ourselves in the water. Those who are immersed will become pregnant and carry new elves. As such, the spring is also a holy figure to us elves. And after listening to Onola's words, Bai Qing understands, and she's thinking, that's it, the spring must have something to do with the magic tool. I'm able to sense the magic tool's aura on her because she drank the spring water. And Zhongtian is thinking, I'll be able to make a lot of money if I sell the water. And Onola further tells both of them, actually, I left my village for the spring of life. A few months ago, a group of demons seized our water. Their methods were extremely underhand, and they used very strange tentacles to attack. Once we were captured by those tentacles, our limbs would grow weak, and we would be unable to retaliate. They are the natural opponents of elves. I actually ventured out to find people who would get rid of the demons. You two are strong beyond belief. So would you be willing to save the elf race from this calamity? And after listening to Onola, Zhongtian says, we will. No, we must. And the Bai Qing is thinking, Zhongtian Shun is this determined. It seems he knows about the possible connection. And Zhongtian says the spring of life is extremely precious, so how could it fall prey to a mere tentacle monster? After some time, all three reach near a dark forest, and the Bai Qing says the elven village is in such a gloomy place? So Onola says this is to protect the elf race. As long as we pass through this forest, we'll be able to see the village. And Bai Qing says, I see. But why have you been stealing glances at Zhongtian Shun all this while? And Onola says, I didn't have any ulterior motives. It's just that the elf race only consists of women, so I have never been this close to a man before. As such I kept glancing at him out of curiosity. Actually, us elves have never seen men before. If Zhongtian Shun enters the village like that, it might cause a great disturbance. Do we need to disguise him a little? And the Bai Qing says, disguise? Do you plan on making him cross-dress? And Zhongtian is imagining himself in a girl's clothes. Then he says, I was the one who you invited, so why should I have to sneak about? I look like how I do. Since the elves like to stare, let them. And after crossing that forest, now all three reach that place. And when we look ahead, there is a very beautiful village, and Zhongtian looks at that village and says, oh, so this is the elven village. What a nice view. Yes. It is really a nice view. If you also like this beautiful view, so please comment and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.